Hi, hello, and welcome. So glad you could join me for a new pick a card reading today. Today we are taking a look at what they're afraid to admit to you. So as always, or as usual, I have three piles for you guys to choose from. Beginning on the left, pile one is Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, of course. Kind of sticking to Halloween-ish, costume-ish type characters. So I don't know his name. I know he's one of the Lost Boys in Neverland from Peter Pan. That is pile two, so one of the Lost Boys. I'll try to see if I can find his name. I don't know. Pile three from Coco is, oh my gosh, why did I just blank? I completely blanked. I am so disappointed in myself. I love the movie. You guys know who he is. I know the last name. Um, why am I not remembering? Gosh, I am so disappointed in myself because I love that movie. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to look it up because otherwise it's gonna drive me crazy. Miguel, there we go. Miguel, that's his name. So pile one, Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. Pile two is the Lost Boy from Peter Pan. Pile three is Miguel from Coco. Timestamps are in the description and comment section. I will meet you guys at your pile. Hi, pile one. Welcome to your pick a card reading. You guys are the Sally pile. And for those of you that are usually watching and returning, as always, welcome back. You might notice a little bit of a difference with the audio. I'm not using the mic. For some reason, it's been acting up the last couple, excuse me, readings that I've done. And I tried to adjust it because trust me, even if it sounds bad in the video, it was 100 times worse before I uploaded the video, before trying to get it fixed. So that's why we're going no mic today, and hopefully it's okay. I'm going to try to keep my voice at a higher volume so that way you guys, the mic will pick up on it. But yeah, that's what's so different. For those of you returning, if you guys are new, hello and welcome. My name is Sandra. I'll be your tarot reader. So again, you guys are the Sally pile. Let's take a look. The reading today is what they're afraid to admit to you. So one last glance here. All the links to my other social medias, personals, all that stuff is in the description box. And if you'd like to become a member of this channel, there is a join button that you can click if you would like to, especially if you do enjoy it. Or if not, maybe you just want to subscribe if it resonates for you. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with our tarot as usual. I'm just separating our tarot and oracle cards. Happy October to those of you that are watching at the time of the upload. Usually you'll know when one of my readings is uploaded in October, September, because of the cards I'm using and the adorables, and yeah, so I love this time of year though. I love this last part of the year, even though it goes by super fast. All right, so what do we have? We have quite a bit of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. There's just no fire. Basically everything else is here and is present. This person is afraid to admit to you that they want to rekindle things with you or that they want to reconcile with you. That is what they're afraid to admit. They're afraid to put their ego to the side and be like, I really do want another chance, that I really want to come forward and move things forward with you, want to repair things, mend it, whatever word, that you would like to use here, but your person is wanting reconciliation. And this has been a theme coming up in so many readings lately. I don't know, astrologically, like I can't tell you all that info. I don't know. I follow it, but I can't explain it to you, so I don't know. So if someone does, they can drop it in the comments, but I've just been seeing reconciliation coming up so often in my readings. And not only do we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords. So they're wanting to communicate with you. And I feel like this person holds a lot of passion for you and desire and longing and missing you. And that's why when they communicate with you, I feel like it's going to come across. And I think that's something that they're afraid of. I think they're afraid of the intensity of the feelings that they have for you. And so that's why another reason why they're so afraid, because I think once they open up, it's like, the dam is free and loose, and it's just all the emotions, all the feelings that they've been holding back is just gonna come out, and they're afraid of what they might say. And not that it's a bad thing, I think they're just afraid that you might be scared by the intensity of their emotions or how much they want to be with you. But going back to the second column, I think this person wants to communicate that they're wanting to be a loyal partner. Like they're really wanting to be this responsible person to show you that they've changed, that they've matured. I think in one way or another, especially if you guys are in separation, like you've really inspired and motivated this person to get their shit together, to get their life together, to figure out their career, their finances, all that, and really depend on themselves. But I think just I'm getting like even becoming just emotionally available. And I think in the past they probably weren't, if that's something that's coming up right now for this person to actually be there and not just kind of be going through the motions of the relationship, to actually be present in the relationship, to actually feel the emotions and everything. And I think this person was afraid to feel in the past because they knew the intensity of the feeling. So they were just kind of like, you know, pushing it down, right? Suppressing those emotions. But deep down, they knew that they had feelings for you. And so that's why they know, like, now if they were to start talking about it, it wouldn't be something that they could hold back anymore. So let's go ahead and get your oracle cards and add on to this. I'm going to do this one here and this one over here. Don't worry. I have a reason for that. Just go with me. We're going to go with evaluation. And this, to me, they're afraid to tell you that they've really had time to reflect on their life. They had time to reflect on you being distant from them, or there being a separation, or things not really going as smoothly and you kind of distance yourself from them. And I think this person has had time to reevaluate it, and they want to reconcile with you. They want to work things out. They want more. But it is where this person still has a little bit of fears, just the emotions. I mean, that's the thing that keeps coming up, so I don't think I have to keep going on into that, right? That's what I'm getting with that card. And then we have the Witch, the earthly weaver of the world. So I need to kind of look at the card, to be honest with you, or the book, because no, actually, I don't think so. I think this person is trying to weave and come together and like create this magic potion. Like they want to figure things out. Honestly, though, this for some of you, your person has gone to either a psychic, a medium, a tarot reader, you know, astrologer, anybody who can kind of give them information. I think this person is afraid to tell you that, and I think they were told something that just was like mind-boggling, mind-blowing, kind of almost like a tower moment, if we're being, you know, I think that's what came up. So I really think that's something that really helped them to decide and evaluate. I think they kind of were on this teeter-totter back and forth of what do I do and that kind of a thing. And I think they went to someone else to get like that second opinion, right? And seeing where you are. But what I was getting before is just about finding this combination of they're like afraid they don't have like all the elements. So, okay, so like, you know, like a spell, right? You know, like spell, like they have to have all these different ingredients and stuff. And I think your person is afraid that they don't have everything that it takes in order to fix things, because it's like they want it, but then they're like, can I do it? Can I make this happen? Can I really prove to them that I'm the King of Pentacles, regardless of gender, right? We're just looking at the energies. And so your person is just in that energy of like, can I, you know, create this power? Am I the magician? They're doubting what they could do, but also they're afraid of your own, you know, your reaction as well. So that's what I'm getting with that card. And so this was the other part. I did a message. I did shuffle and pulled a message to see what it is that they're afraid to admit to you. So what they're afraid to admit to you, no matter who I am with, my thoughts always lead me back to you. And that's what they're afraid to say. I think this person is confused, taken back. They're not used to having someone that they care for as much like they do you. And no matter what they're doing, like they just end up coming back to you. Like you're always in the back of their mind no matter what. I think this person realizes that there is something more here, even though they were denying it in the past. But I think they're just realizing they can't deny these feelings anymore. And because if they do, then they're going to lose you for good. And, all this is just going to end up in even more heartbreak, right? So that's what they're afraid to admit to you, Pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Comment, like, share, subscribe. If you do subscribe, thank you. And please remember to click on the bell icon so you get notified when I post another pick a card reading. Again, all the links are in the description. Personals, it's there in my Instagram stories too. You can take a look over there, what specials I have going on. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'm wishing you guys a happy October. And I think I might be doing an October reading tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested. But thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your pick a card reading. If you are new, welcome. My name is Sandra. I will be your tarot reader. For those of you subscribed, as always, thank you. I'm so glad you could join me for another one. Thank you so much. And for those of you subscribed, I'm not using the mic. I don't know what is up with my mic. The last few readings, if you think the audio is bad in the reading, in the video, it was worse before I uploaded it. So that's why I'm just letting you guys know. That's why I'm not even trying and bothering with the mic. I don't know why I just started doing this like heavy static type of a noise. If anybody knows, let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to lay off the mic and keep away from that. But welcome to your pick a card reading. You guys are the Lost Boy Pile. I didn't even bother looking it up. Honestly, I'm just kind of like, let's just keep going with the readings. I'm in the flow right now. Lost Boy from Peter Pan. So just one last glance at him. You guys know all the links are in the description. If you're interested in personals, they're in there, or check out my Instagram stories if you'd like to become a member of this channel. There's a join button that you can click on. If not, hey, that's cool too. But today's pick a card reading is what they're afraid to admit to you. So everything is ready to go. I'm just gonna separate our cards here as usual and get to your reading. So let's see what we have. I don't think there was anything else. You guys, if you're interested in personals, I do have like October right now, at least October. If you watch this video later on, I probably have some other specials going on. And then having my personal readings open. All right, I love the colors. I don't know. I'm really drawn to the colors here. But anyways, we don't have any earth energy. So pretty much everything else is here. Air, water, fire. Yeah, we're just missing earth. So no Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Everything else is pretty much present here. This person is afraid to admit that you were very much heavily in their mind. I think there's a lot of reflecting back on what has been going on in your connection. I think there's also a lot of daydreaming and fantasizing about you. I kind of honestly feel like the Queen of Cups is more them, though. I think they are very much in their emotions about you. So if you guys have been kind of just not really seeing eye to eye, that kind of a thing, and, at a distance, separation, it just seems like there's something here where they're very much in their emotions about you. And it could be that they're missing you. It could be that, I think it's just a collection of all those things about the past, about what they should have done, about daydreaming, fantasizing, missing you, longing you. I do feel like they're the person who's more in their emotions and they're feeling it. I feel like they're feeling the distance. They're feeling you not being there. That's what I'm getting here. And that kind of actually leads perfectly into that next column because we have the Ten of Wands and the Three of Swords. So I see this as your person being very emotionally burdened. I think they feel guilt is what they're afraid. They're afraid to admit, that they did wrong, that they messed up. They're carrying that with them. And that I feel like knowing that they broke your heart is making it worse for them. And so I think this person is kind of having a hard time of grasping things. I know we said there's no earth energy, so I think a lot of it, they're just really in their thoughts and their emotions more so here, and they are feeling heartbroken too, but it's because of what they did and what they didn't do. And so but most of it really here is just about them being afraid to admit that they did you wrong and that they let their pride and ego get in the way of, you know, just taking the fault for it and moving things forward and, you know, continuing on, right? So that's what I'm getting from the tarot. I'm going to go ahead and add on the oracle cards. And that makes perfect sense. So the card there says denial. So yeah, I mean, this person is afraid to admit that in the past they were in denial. They didn't want to admit they were, you know, it says failure to accept the situation, unhealthy cycles or addictions. They had just, it's the failure to accept their wrongdoing in the situation that they made it continue forward and not really handle it in a way that it could have been resolved, that it could have been taken care of, that they were stuck in those unhealthy cycles or addictions that made it worse. And so this guilt, this blame, now it's like they're carrying it and they're missing you. And again, it's just that 7 of Cups energy. A lot of it is just replaying, rethinking what I would have, should have, could have done, you know, and it's like, damn, I really messed up here. And that's what it is. That's just what I'm getting with that. And now let's go to the other oracle. Zombie control. I'm getting a few things, so I'm gonna try to get it all out because I start on one topic and then I forget the other things. They were afraid to admit that they liked being in control. Like they couldn't be seen. Like, you know, when it's a person of authority, like, oh, they can't be wrong, you know, like because of all this expectations of who they are and whatnot, right? And they're expected to do good. And so your person just felt like because they're the one, they're the leader, they're the one, like the masculine energy in the relationship, that they're in the control, but like they don't have, they won't admit the wrongdoing. It's just a lot of the pride and ego, that it was just more about control, and that I'm getting they were disconnected from their emotions. That's what I'm hearing right now. This person was disconnected from their emotions. I don't know why I keep getting the emotionally unavailable ones right now. Similar to one of the other pillars over there. But the other thing that I was getting to, of course, it slipped. I'm like, I don't want it to slip. A lot of it was just about them wanting to have control, though. Going back to what I was saying. But I think, oh, there we go. It was about them staying in control of their emotions. Like they couldn't. And I think that's why they detach. They detach because it's easier than letting the emotions take over. It's easier for them to walk away when angry versus talking it out, resolving it. And that's what I was getting with the zombie. And I kind of feel also, too, that it's just like a zombie. Like, I think zombie, and I picture something like on autopilot mode, you know, and not really completely engaging with you and stuff and really doing what they should have. And whatever it was that broke your heart, that let you down, that frustrated you, they're seeing what I'm getting most with this zombie is that their need for control and power, oh gosh, and don't take it the wrong way, but their need for control and power over you in the relationship was like the priority almost, in a way. And I know that sounds a lot worse than what I'm trying to explain it to you guys. And I think for those of you that it's resonating with, you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to say, like, you know, put this person down or anything like that. No, I think this person, they like calling the shots. They like, you know, you catering to them and giving them attention, being the center of your world, kind of a thing. But when it comes to giving that back to you, they really messed up, right? I think that's part of it. But I'm sure there's other stuff that happened between you guys. So I just want to clarify that when I say that, the power and the control, I don't mean it to be like one of those kind of like really, really bad relationships, you know. And if it was one of those really, really bad relationships, then this person, like, just let them go at that point, if that resonates with you. And I hope not. I really, really hope not, you know. But if it does, then completely walk away. You're going to be so much better off. But for those of you who understand what I'm saying by it, then okay, cool. But that's where I'm going to leave that. But yeah, these hues. I don't know what it is about the colors. Like, I'm just so drawn to them right now. We got that blue and the magenta and like the purple and just the burgundy almost in a way too. And something about this is catching my attention. So give me a minute. I think this person was cold though. That's what it is. This person was cold. Zombies don't really have feelings, you know, they don't have much, right? You know, a little bit too much Walking Dead or, you know, all those other zombie movies. Yeah, I just was thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, I watched that 28 years later. I don't know. It was pretty good though. But either way, you know, like they don't have that. And I feel like this person they have so much regret for how they treated you, is what it is. So much regret. And I think this person is just starting to get a better understanding of themselves and the situation. This feels very intense, by the way. Like, it feels heavy. So I'm just kind of trying to navigate it as much as I can right now and explain it to you guys. If I'm going to be completely honest with you guys about this connection, I mean, this is very heavy. Like, I already told you, it's heavy. For some of you, this is just a karmic situation. Like, if you were wondering, is it not? Yeah, for some of you, it is. For others of you, it's just lessons that you have to learn with this person. But the emotions and what they're carrying and what they're afraid to admit to you is so heavy and so intense. It kind of feels like it's, you know, like when you're trying to, like, go forward and then someone's trying to pull you back, you know? Or like, say, like a tug of war, and like you're trying to, it's just, it feels like that's the energy I'm getting right now. Like, I feel like someone's trying to weigh me down. Like, I feel like someone's trying to bring me down. That's the energy I get. And that's why I say that for a lot of you, this isn't really the best connection, but you guys know. You guys use your discernment, use your own intuition. I'm just telling you what I'm getting, what I'm feeling. And if this resonates what I'm saying, how I'm feeling, and if it resonates, connects to you, then you already know. Okay? So, but for the rest of you, it's just, yeah, this person really had a lot of room for growth. And it's good that they're recognizing it. But of course, it's like an apology, right? You know, when someone says they're sorry, okay, but it doesn't mean anything if there's no changed behavior. But anyways, we got one more. This is one of the message cards. I pulled one for each pile. I wanted to see what would come out. So this is the message that they have. I hope that the future will bring us together. And so I'm going to hope for a lot of you that this is just one of those karmic learning, growth, healing type of situationships. Not situationships, but situations. It might be a situationship right now, currently, from the rest of it. But for others of you, like, if you guys know this is not a really healthy relationship and they haven't changed, then don't, you know, just be cautious. That's all I'm saying. Just, that's it. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave your reading, because like I said, this one was a lot piled too, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let me know. Comment, like, share, subscribe. If you do subscribe, thank you. And please remember to click on the bell icon so you get notified when I post another pick a card reading. All my links are in the description if you'd like to become a member of this channel. There is a join button. Thank you if you made it this far. Happy October for those of you catching this at the time or the month of the upload. If not, happy whatever month it is. And have a good day. And thank you guys so much for joining me and taking a little time out of your day for this pick a card reading. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye, Patu. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your pick a card reading. If you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Sandra. I'll be your tarot reader. For those of you that are subscribed, thank you guys so much for taking a little time out of your day again to join me for another pick a card reading. And especially for those of you subscribed, I know the mic was like off the last few readings, and I was hoping I could adjust it because it was very frustrating. I don't know why. So I'm not using a mic today for that specific reason. So if it cuts in and out or my voice drops, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. I just cannot use the mic right now until I figure out what is up with it, because it's very frustrating to spend time trying to figure out the audio to where I can upload it. If you guys thought the audio was bad in the video that was uploaded, you have no idea how bad it was before I uploaded it. Let me just tell you that. So yeah, I'm just it sucks. It sucks because that's why I bought the mic. But anyways, you guys are the Miguel pile from Coco. One last glance at him. He is in his Dia de los Muertos outfit, you know, roaming the other side over there with family. And if you guys are interested in more readings, personal readings, all the links are in the description. If you'd like to become a member of this channel, there's a join button that you can click on. And thank you for those of you that are. I'm so grateful to you guys. But I think that's it. My October specials, at least if you're watching it in October, all the specials are in my Instagram stories. I'm posting and uploading them, so if you don't see this at the time of the upload, there's probably some other specials going on if you are interested. But yeah, I'm really sad about the mic because I thought it was working really good, and then all of a sudden it just got really staticky. So that's why I'm like, I'm just not even going to bother with it today, and that's why you might notice the difference in the audio. So for this, we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Everything is here. Is everything here? Yep, everything is here except water. So no Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, all the other signs are here for those of you that want to hear it. If not, then just ignore what I just said. This person, what they're afraid to admit to you, that's our reading for today. Sorry, pile 3. I just wanted to let you guys know on the whole mic thing and why it sounds different, why my audio keeps changing. It's that But what they're afraid to admit to you is this person has been thinking about you a lot and missing you. They're wanting to spend more time with you, wanting to be alone with you, and just make some more memories and just be together with you is what I'm getting here. And then we have the Page of Presents and the Four of Swords. This person wants to offer you either an apology or a gift or both, but they're just afraid that it'll be underwhelming for you, that it won't be good enough. And so they've been going back and forth and contemplating what to do. And I think this person is wanting to repair or just kind of come to some type of middle ground with you, depending on whatever issue has been coming up, and to get it resolved. But I think this person is just wanting to make some type of an offer. I mean, if this person is someone new for some of you, then maybe it is just where they're thinking about you and wanting to get together with you and not wanting to have this distance. But of course, for most of you, I think there's already, some a little bit of history between the two of you going on here. I don't think there's really anything else with the tarot, to be honest. I think it's pretty straight to the point today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the oracle cards and add them in for you guys. Alright, and what I was getting with the embrace, that this person, yes, they do want to hold you, embrace you, and be affectionate with you. I think this person is having a hard time embracing the distance between the two of you. If this is something like a newer type of a situation or separation, that kind of a thing, they're struggling to accept it, is what I'm getting from this, and just embrace it. They're not wanting to embrace it. But of course, yes, this person wants to connect with you emotionally, physically, and be with you. And the card does say find peace with your current state of being. So I feel like this person's not really finding peace without you, and they're afraid to admit that. So especially if they said some things to you that they shouldn't have, or if they let their ego, act a certain way towards you, yeah, they had a little bit of a wake-up call there. So that's what I'm getting with that. And then we have Vampire, emotional intelligence. This person is saying that you were right. This is what I'm getting overall with this. Emotionally, you knew you were ahead of this person. You were more emotionally available and connected to your heart space versus them. They probably are more of an air energy, King of Swords type, where they're trying to figure out their emotions by thinking it out. And sometimes the brain just cannot figure out why the heart feels a certain way. Even though the brain tries, it's kind of like science trying to explain supernatural and paranormal things that happen. So it's just kind of on that same wavelength. And so this person is, they're afraid to admit, yeah, you were wrong. Or right, you were right about me. You were right about the situation. You were right about all this stuff. And I think that's part of why it's so tough for them, because I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of these piles, it's a lot about the ego and pride getting in the way. That's why they're all struggling and why they're afraid, or yeah, afraid to admit these certain things, because it's a hit to their ego. That's what it comes down to. And so that's just what I'm getting with the vampire. I'm not really getting too much else other than what I've been saying, and that just being, of course, that you already knew that they weren't on the same level emotionally as you. Like, they could try to outthink you all they can, but it's almost like when someone's book smart but they're not street smart. It was like they were book smart but you were street smart, and you could handle that kind of thing. Because even though you're book smart, or at least from my personal experience with people that are book smart, it doesn't mean that they're very they don't really know how to connect with people a lot of the times. Sometimes, like, I don't know. And I don't think they try to be cold or detached. I think it's just they don't know how to connect to their heart space a lot. So I think maybe that's why there's no water energy here, because you maybe have more of the water placements, or you're just more, again, connected to your emotions. You're more emotionally intelligent than they are, and they're afraid to admit it. So I have one more card. I did pull one card, or message card, for each of the piles, just to see, let's sum it up. What's the message? What are they afraid to say? I am so sorry for messing everything up. You deserve so much more. And that's what it is. And they're just having a hard time accepting it. And it's a lot of it's just accepting where they went wrong. Like I said, it goes back to the ego, the pride, taking that hit. We know, right? That's where it is. And I think that pretty much summarizes the reading. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, pile 3. Comment, like, share, subscribe. If you do subscribe, thank you. And please remember to click on the bell icon so you get notified when I post another pick a card reading. All the links are in the description, and personals, Instagram stories, or my Etsy. And just thank you guys for taking time out of your day. Wishing you guys a happy October if you're watching it at the month of upload. If not, happy whatever month it is. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Bye, pile 3.